Hello, I'm Steph from IDRIVEACLASSIC and I'm starting this video exactly where I didn't want to start it, in a lay-by near the moors, with no idea of how we're going to get the car to Kev's, which is absolutely brilliant. Because when I set out to do these videos about getting the marina back on the road, I was contemplating myself how honest to be with everyone. And actually, this is a perfect example of how to start off in the most honest way possible. Because could we be at any more rock bottom than sitting in a lay-by with this car not starting, with the Land Rover that's towing us overheating? This is absolute rock bottom, but that's okay, because in this video series and in today's video, we're just going to kind of talk to you a bit about the marina and getting everything going and what we plan to do. And the idea is that by the time we finish these videos in this series, and we're aiming to get it turned around because we want the vehicle at the Classic Motor Show NEC 2023 in November, we should have a fairly half-decent car that we can rock around in that will pass an MOT. Because at the moment, as you can probably see from this hole that's being hidden under the tape, oh, worse than I thought, amongst many other things, we have got some work to do in the next month. But you know what? The weather's not too bad, so at least we have got a bit of sunshine on our side. So first of all, before we do anything else, let's survey the damage and I'll chat to you about what we've got to do. And I'm also going to be entirely honest about how we've ended up in this state. So let's go. I cannot stress to you how worried I am about showing you all Tina, and also having to open up a little bit about how hard things have been, because it's not been the easiest few years since COVID. You know, there's a lot that's happened, and I lost track of my life so much in those few years. I thought I was doing an all right job of holding on to things and keeping things moving, and actually I wasn't at all. And it's only since I've started to get better that it's made me realise just how badly I let things go. But you know what, there's no shame, and I always say to people, there is no shame in holding your hands up and saying, I absolutely lost everything and now I'm trying to claw it all back and get myself back on track. And that's really what I'm trying to do here. And I'm trying to share it all with you and be accountable for what I do and try and make good a time that was incredibly bad in my life and pull everything round and share it and hopefully inspire a few people to do the same themselves, because I can't be the only one whose life fell off the rails and now they're trying to claw it back on and pull everything back onto the rails with them. And that's what I'm trying to do with this car. So when we do this car, and we're going to do it together, and when I say we're going to do it together, I mean me and Kev, but also I mean you at home, because everything we do, I'm going to share with you, show you where I cock up, show you where I get things right, and tell you what I learn along the way. Because, hey, look, I know it doesn't look great, but I do think that the car's salvageable. Do I think that financially it's the most wise decision I've done? No, absolutely not. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, drop a piano on it. But here's the thing, I really love this car and I'm going to get it right, and I'm going to do it right for the car and not necessarily right just because it's worth it. So looking at it, I think engine wise, thank you so much everybody who helped get that sorted. The engine is bang on. The gearbox is having trouble getting into second without crunching. So look, I'll deal with that next year. But first of all, let's get the bodywork dealt with, because I think that's the biggest problem. But first of all, let's sort out a more pressing issue, because it's actually not starting either.
before we get into the doom and gloom of what we found when we started going digging, I have some really good news. So if you're coming to the NEC Classic Car Show, which is happening in November, with all the details in the description box below, you will be able to come and visit us on the YouTuber stand. And who do I mean by us? Well, there's going to be me, Ian from Hubner and Matt from Furious Driving. We're all going to be there across the Friday, the Saturday and the Sunday, and we're going to be there. You can come and see our cars. I'm not going to give the game away on what Matt and Ian are bringing, but I'm bringing the Marina, and we're also going to have merch. So if you're coming along and you've always wanted to grab a few bits or come and have a chat with us, find out what we're up to and get all the latest goss, come and see us at the show. And best of all, next week we not only have a competition launching to win tickets to the NEC, but I'll also have a discount code for the tickets for you. So anyway, let's go back and see what we found when we started going digging. I got to Kev's and we decided to start digging, didn't we, to see what the situation was.
Yes, we did. And after crumpet
and a few tears,
a cup of tea, lots of tears, we've discovered that Tina's not in the best of conditions, unfortunately.
No, and I feel so guilty about it. But
No. But it's not. As I pointed out to you, me being ancient, I was welding these up when they were 6 years old because they were absolutely rotten then. And obviously, don't do the maths, but it's knocking on the door of 40 years ago. When I was 40 years ago, nearly. So basically, we've had a look underneath. Obviously, it doesn't look particularly good, but we've had a look, and the chassis is quite good. All the chassis legs are good. The floor's okay. The rear spring hangers are quite good, which is where they used to go. The main points of issue are obviously hello. The front wing there, flapping for your delight. The outer sill on this side,
yeah,
and the inner sill. There's some little issues on the back sill on this side here, but the outer sill looks quite good. And the rest will probably clean up all right. But that's the main bodywork issue on the car. Obviously, there's a few mechanical works, as you would expect on any vehicle of 52 years old.
Do you think it's too far gone to fix, honestly?
Nothing is too far gone
Yeah.
to fix if you are prepared to put the time in.
I think, do you know what? I think if everybody hadn't chipped in and helped massively with the engine last year, and it was like a couple of years ago, whenever it was, when things were at their very worst. And I feel like now I'm only just coming up for air, which is why I've been able to start unpicking all the stuff that I haven't been able to get sorted. It's very easy for people to judge.
No, but...
And people have judged, and it makes me so cross because I think I'm being so honest in this video, and I hate being honest about when things go really badly wrong. So I like to be positive all the time, but I don't feel very positive at the moment. So I guess what we've got to do is, I wanted to be honest, and I wanted to tell people how it really was, because I think so many people, and when I say so many people, I mean people on telly actually, like all these programmes that people watch on telly, go, oh, this happened, and then we turned it round in a week, and...
Well, that's not life.
No.
The reality of being quite candid is owning a classic car is a journey that's both mixed with pleasantness, or probably 5% pleasantness, and 95%, well, probably 60% unpleasantness.
Yeah, I'd say at least 40%.
Well, yeah, all right.
40% fun, because we do have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do. But the thing is, I think really the car is probably worth repairing just because of how rare it is. Particularly a Mark I Marina is very rare because at the time, 40 years ago, they were fairly low. They were a low value car. Then they were just a banger, really. So I think it is worth pursuing. Unfortunately, I'm nursing a rather bad shoulder injury. So
I think that's what's upset me the most, because it's
not
like
my
usually...
shoulder. I tell you what, you have my shoulder, I'll have this.
No.
So I can't quite do as much as what I used to do, like lifting my arm up and all
I
the other
know,
good
but you
stuff.
know what? If you're happy to teach me in terms of just visually telling me, I think we could do it. Now, I guess before we end this video, because this first video, we're not going to start getting cracked into it, walk us through, with your expert head on of 40 years, where the hell do we start? Because I think that's why I'm upset. I don't know where to start.
Well,
Because I've got to get this car to the NEC and show it, and I want to show it however bad it is,
Right, okay.
at the point of November the 10th, when we have to load that stand up. Talk to me. What on earth do we do first? This wing, maybe?
right, well, a very wise man that was far wiser than me said the first part of a journey is putting your shoes on.
I've got my shoes on.
You got your shoes on, so that's the first bit. So basically, we've jacked it up, we've had a look underneath it. As I said earlier, because I do, it is the main issue is the outer sill and the inner sill.
Yeah, but where are we going to start? Because we've got to give people a plan of what we're going to do.
I think the first plan of action is to repair this wing.
Okay.
Because I think I can probably help you do that.
Okay.
Even with my arms not working properly.
Okay.
So that's the first thing, and then what we can do is, because we think we know a welder that might be able to take over the welding, is if we can remove the damaged sill and clean up all that area to make that easier for the chap to weld the sill up. Sills are available, we've found out, which is quite good.
There's a man called Ben Clayton. So what we'll do as well, I think, is we'll show people the repair panels that we're getting, because I think all is not lost. I definitely thought about an hour ago, like, it's not great, but so I guess in the next video we can show people how we repair this.
Yeah.
So that'll be video number 2, is we'll show people how we repair that. So right, what we're going to do then, we're going to get this repaired. After we get this repaired, then what do we do?
Well, basically, I think the idea is we can try and have a go at that sill at that side.
Yeah.
See how bad the sill is, because we might be into 2 sills yet.
Yeah.
But at this stage, just initial looking at it,
Yeah.
it looks like we could let a piece of metal in it, because the idea is, I don't think you've got a massive budget. because realistically this could eat as much money to repair this as my MGC, which whether that gets done I've no idea, but
It will.
You've got to be realistic as to what can be achieved and what you're going to achieve at the end of the day. I think am I right thinking that you just want a car that looks smart to use?
Yeah, like,
That
because
doesn't drop to pieces when you slam the door.
yeah, you know, because the Morris Minor now is too nice, and that's
Yeah.
something I do want to cover off, is that the Morris Minor, because it's been done so well,
Yeah, absolutely.
I get really frightened using
Shame
it.
Mannington miss.
I don't think Andy's that much of a masochist. To
Get
be
away.
fair, Andy would do a smashing
He
job
would,
on the
he would.
Marina, but I don't have the same budget that I did for the
Right.
Morris Minor as I do
And
for
also
the
that
Marina.
you've got to weigh in values as to the car. As
Yeah,
to
it's
what
not about that. It's about
no, but
how much money you've got.
it is a fact.
Yeah.
It is a fact that you've got to weigh. Anybody that has a classic car has got, you've got to weigh in the fact as to whether it's going to be worth more than what
Yeah.
you're going to put into it, as to whether you want to do it or not.
Well, the Morris Minor's probably not worth what I spend, but it doesn't really matter.
No, but
It doesn't matter. Like, it's not always about the money, is it? And I think
No.
that is something that I want to say for people that are watching at home. For me, it's not all about the money. People have kids, don't they? And they cost a fortune.
yeah, I think I've got one of them.
I'm not going to have any kids, so I might as well waste my money on something else that I can have a look at on the regular. We're absolutely going off on a tangent, as we always do. So next video, we're going to show people this and show people that
Yes.
back corner. And then once we've done that, then what do we do?
Well, as I said, clean that off and get the panels organised
Yeah.
and get that welded up. So,
Okay.
but the thing is, what you've got to remember is, as
Yeah.
everybody in the classic car world knows, this is not going to be a short-term problem.
No.
At the speed that you're going to do it, it's going to be 6 months.
Yeah. Well, we'll still
But-
take it to the NEC no matter what,
Yeah,
even if it's progress.
as long as you know that,
Yeah.
It's going to be there's 6 months. There's 6 months work in it. Obviously, winter's coming, which is horrendous.
Well, it's October now. We
Yeah,
could have it
already.
done for
Halloween.
next.
There you go, the ghoul.
Trick or treat.
Trick or
I'll tell
treat.
you what, this isn't a treat. Okay, I think there's a lot to be learned. I think that, you know what, it's all about righting the wrongs of myself and of others, because it's not just me that's had this car. It wasn't concourse when I picked it up.
No, it was
And I want
rough.
to point that out, actually, is it's very easy to criticise, but the car was not concourse when I picked it up. It was very much a scruffy daily, and really, I just want to get it back to a smarter car that I can enjoy, and I'd like to take it to some shows. I'd like to have it at a show by next Easter.
Yeah, but we'll do what we can, and then we'll see how we're going from there.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not working a million hours a week now, so
No.
I can, I can actually come and spend some time and get it done, and that's the best bit about it. So, right, we'll say goodbye to you all for now. This isn't the first video I was hoping for. I was definitely hoping that we were going to get it wrapped up in 2 weeks, which is hilarious.
I like
Don't
that.
point and laugh at me. That's
Well,
not
laugh
very
at
nice.
you. Oh, for goodness sake.
Look, you're allowed
2
to laugh.
weeks.
I thought 3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah, I thought 3 weeks.
3
we'd
months,
have
4
it
months, 5 months, 6 months. 6
No, I
years.
want to have it done in 6
Yeah, all
months. Okay, right. Next video, we're going to show you this, show you that back corner. But for now, that's it. Take care and see you next time.